Hey, nerds! And welcome to The Gutter. My name is Steve-O. This is the 10th episode of the second season of The Gutter podcast. Join me tonight for our stream, our talk on our top 5 favorite anime is Corporate Gal.
Hello.
Is Racy Rogue. And is Bree Senpai. How are you guys doing?
I'm better.
I'm bringing in extra because you said I was super hyper.
He's got so much energy.
So much
I haven't had coffee since like this afternoon.
I don't believe you.
Did you be like eating
didn't.
pure sugar though?
No, but I actually went 2 days without coffee, and then I had 2 cups of coffee today, so I might have just like launched me up.
Yeah, you went like a javelin.
Got a caffeine overdose.
I was thinking the other day, I was like, Game Guy always makes fun of me because he's like, I can tell when you're on caffeine because I'm like a lot more hyper. And I thought, you know what, I really miss that feeling, like that rush. So I'm going to take like 2 days off. I'm going to not drink coffee. And then I'm just going to come back and like hit it hard and then just go like crazy.
Or did you just do a bunch of blood? Like what happened?
Just do a moderate amount of cocaine instead of a shitload of coffee.
You're like normally I'm the one super high energy. Like what is this? Right now I'm just like, why?
When are you high energy?
The last time you were high energy.
No, the last time we were high energy was when we did MOBA games.
That's right.
When we did MOBA games.
That was, you were like so excited.
And PUBG v Fortnite. He was up there for that one too.
I hold back. I hold back. I'm filled with hate. Okay, I hold back.
There are 2
Yay.
Stevens, non-coffee Steven and regular Steven. Oh, and a special treat for you YouTubers. If you're watching us on YouTube instead of on Twitch Live, you can now see the chat in the bottom left corner of the screen.
That. Look at that.
So now you can see what people are
right by
saying.
the knee of Bree.
Oh, it just
The Breedie.
It's gone.
By the Breedie, it's gone. So real quick, because we have a shitload of stuff to talk about in terms of anime. What you been playing? First of all, Corporate Cal, what you been playing, my man?
I've been playing Diablo 3.
Why'd you go to Diablo 3?
I don't know. I was like,
Did you just have a day where you're like, my ribs hurting?
oh yeah,
Going to D3?
That's what happened on Sunday. My buddy, we were playing PUBG and we were laughing too hard, and I was like, all right, we're done. Like, fuck this. So we are like, well, I'm gonna play Diablo 3. And I was like, oh, I want to play Diablo 3. I haven't played this game in a couple years. So went to Diablo 3 and we're doing.
So you're doing multiplayer.
We're doing season 13.
4-player?
4-player multiplayer.
Nice.
Season 13.
Which class?
Demon Hunter.
Okay.
And we've already done most of this. I've got like all my set gear, but now I'm just grinding.
Hey, White Wolf Senpai.
It's part of the grind. So if you
It is a grind,
if
yeah.
you play
It's a grind
Diablo 3,
I have played Diablo 3. I played Diablo 3 once. I played it on hardcore mode, so if you die, your character is deleted.
hardcores.
And Sam and I started with Whitney and JB, and Whitney and JB died. Sam and I made it all the way through the game.
right, we are doing Nephilim Rift, so I'm like
cool.
70 plus 568 level. No,
shit.
600.
That's awesome.
20 levels.
As far as what I've been playing lately, we've been playing our normal stuff, but our squad finally got our first chicken dinner in PUBG on Saturday.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I also
was awesome.
heard that y'all got Miramar.
It's on the test server. Xbox test server has Miramar.
Oh.
Unless they pulled it out this weekend and I didn't notice it.
I thought it was pulled out.
Okay, shit. I'll have to double
Yeah,
check.
it's on.
But it's the desert map on PUBG. But it was cool. The squad won, and they fucking carried me the whole way because I died on drop.
That's because you're a piece of garbage.
I died on drop, and the rest of them got, the 3 of them got to top 20, and then JB and Whitney capped it off at the end.
Good job, though.
They did a great job.
Good job.
What about you, Lo? What you been playing?
Monster Hunter, and I've been actually practicing my real life sword playing for sword fighting. So.
Oh, like the dueling and stuff?
Cool.
How's that going?
As good as it can be.
Do you have bruises or anything like?
No, not like Derby, but
Has anybody like cracked you in the head with anything yet?
the head, no.
Okay.
Never the head. Mostly knuckles.
Yeah, the knuckles hurt.
I got an elbow punch once. That was really painful. But yeah, just Monster Hunter and real life
Monster and IRL stuff.
killing people.
What about you, Bree?
IRL.
What you been playing?
I've been playing Frostpunk. It's so pretty.
So just tell me what Frostpunk is, because
Yeah, I have no clue.
I saw it, but I'm not sure I understand it.
I saw it come out a long time ago at E3s, and I was like, oh my god, this looks beautiful. Because I love like Age of Empires and stuff like that. It's exactly what it's like. But you're not really fighting, you're just surviving.
So it's like a city sim building
It's
with
SimCity.
survival, but
Yeah.
It's SimCity.
but surviving against like
kind
the
of,
elements
but
and
not
stuff.
really. Like the coolest part, like usually like SimCity, you can go anywhere, right?
Right.
On this one, you have to build in a circle, and you have to build around the generator because you have to keep everybody warm. Hence the name Frostpunk. So there's like a outbreak, like a cold, and it never goes away. And then we're all kind of steampunkish, and then we like build around generators, and we gotta keep them, and you have to keep your people warm. And it is so difficult because
That's
food is
awesome.
the hardest thing to find, but it is so fun. I haven't played a game like it in a really long time, so I really enjoy it.
That's really cool. It looks pretty unique. Like
Yeah.
when I was trying to watch a video of it, I was like, I can't place by looking at the video what kind of game this is. It was interesting. Game Guy mentions PUBG. He's been playing on the test server. He likes test server because it's more balanced.
I've been playing the test server too.
And he says I get 6 kills on average. The VSS is my god gun. It destroys buttholes at light speed.
Yep.
And yes, this is the anime discussion. Ywolf Senpai mentions that the update to Stardew today is the multiplayer update.
Oh, really? Is it on the PC or is it on console as well? I don't know. Have you ever played it? It's so much fun. It's like a farm simulator. It's like Harvest Moon.
It's basically Harvest Moon.
Yeah.
On steroids.
I know what y'all are talking about, but I've never played it.
I don't know if they have multiplayer on console, but they definitely have it on PC.
Oh, man. Okay. Maybe I'll just get it on the PC then.
So you're jazzed for multiplayer on Stardew?
Stardew Valley is so much fun. I think anyone should play it. It's such a calming, fun game.
That's what people tell me. And so, a lot of
feel
streamers
like
I watch
Diablo.
play it. I've seen it 1,000 Stardew streams, and I've never played it. And everybody's just they zone in and just chill and go.
There's nothing about a farm to me that sounds zen. And I don't want to just play a
what
game
about
and I'm farming. No, because
Francis Murph.
if I'm farming, I want to kill demons and get stuff for it. So.
I mean, you can kill slime and you can make dragons and you can have dragon eggs and slimes. You can go into dungeons. There's 120 level dungeon you can go and hunt in. I'm just saying, it has it all.
So there's
It's just
there's hunting to
pixelated.
be done.
I'll just stick with Diablo for my farming.
Hey, Rachel, thank you for the raid. We really appreciate it. Guys, also, next week we're going to try out a new wide-angle camera brought to us by Truxus. I didn't have enough time to set it up today, but next week we may have a much, much cleaner looking setup. So welcome, Rachel, and Rachel's raid party. Well, says it does get stressful because there's a lot to do at times.
Rachel.
Rachel. It is Rachel.
Not
yes.
Rachel,
That's true.
Rachel.
It is Rachel.
Come on.
It is. I'm short.
She's just chilling.
She's
shortening
Rachel,
it, yeah.
the Rachelist.
Yeah.
too cool to chill.
So tonight we're going to talk about our top 5 anime, and you guys in the chat start thinking and making your list because I'm going to ask you guys after hours what your top 5 is. So, and if you're watching on YouTube, type it below in the comments. And here on Twitch, you guys put it in at the end because if you put it in now, it's going to get lost in the
I'm going to
chat.
have to end up editing one of mine, too. It's funny. I gave you everything.
You gave me everything. I worked
He
so hard on
ruined
this
the
shit.
PowerPoint.
I know.
You hear
I
that?
like to
Ruined it.
mess with Steven every once in a while.
Goddamn PowerPoint. Rachel has just become an official Gutter Nerd, and we have our new Gutter Nerd sub alert made by
don't like
Master
that.
Charles.
I don't like it.
Thank you, Rachel.
You are.
Isn't that awesome?
Is that a sub?
Yes.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Why don't you like the sub alert?
Because it's it.
Because it's scary.
You should have all of our faces in the gutter.
She just wanted to see it. Oh, Rachel. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the support. I don't know what my top 5 is. I know FMA is somewhere in there, but
Yeah,
that's
that's a
mostly
good
for
one.
nostalgia and prolonged
See,
exposure. That's a good point. But
Thank you, Brie. I know.
well, no. It's good to explain that because if someone's watching and they don't know what maybe they should get into. So part of this is if you're looking to get into anime, we're going to give you a handful of suggestions. This is what we think. These aren't necessarily the best. It's just our top favorite, our favorite ones. And so there's probably something for you in
there's
here.
a
if
bunch
you have-
I didn't even think about after the
Oh, yeah,
fact.
there's a
After the
shitload.
fact, now I'm going to read them.
I just want to make it clear. She likes to pick on me because I don't usually watch anime. So that was a direct jab.
Hey, Ancient Magnus Bride is beautiful. I feel ya.
So,
So
okay.
pretty.
Yeah, think about your top 5, and we're gonna get in to the slideshow. The Gutter Nerds top 5
Calvin.
favorite anime.
You get to go first.
Oh, joy.
Calvin goes first. Top 5. Number 5. Wham! Tell me about Serial Experiments Lane.
Man, it's just a really bizarre, it makes you think anime. It's just a lot of weird stuff going on.
Really?
It's just weird. I don't know. You might have you seen it? Brie?
I haven't seen that one, but if you're talking about weird, you mean Paprika?
Not weird, dark weird. Just a lot of story. I can't think of the best way to describe it for
Ergo
you.
Proxy?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
More like Ergo Proxy. Let me get you a better descriptor as we move on.
No. We'll tell me about why do you like it? And Snowbeard throws in Gundam.
Oh, why do I like it? I just like.
Yeah, why do you like it?
I liked the story.
You would put
Okay.
that down.
I just thought the story was really good, but it's
Yeah, at
also
least there was
takes
much
a lot
info
of darker
on Titan.
turns, a lot of hacker stuff in there as well. I just thought it was fun.
So it's like modern day?
It's like
Cyberpunky.
Yeah. Yes.
So I was going to, before we started, and I forgot, because when I did the intros, I did it too fast, but I was going to have you as Cyberpunk Corporate Cal,
Yes.
as our creepy horror anime racy rogue, as our resident rom-com Bree Senpai. And
For real.
I would be like, you guys are gonna, when you see my top 5, I don't know what the anime Kotaku Weebu like version of like basic is, but that's gonna be me.
So with an extra set of ranch.
Yeah, with extra ranch.
I mean, it's the same like pleb, you know.
Your most basic description for this anime is an adolescent girl develops a unique connection to a virtual reality network known as The Wired.
Oh, okay, cool.
So
See, I'd watch the shit out of that.
yeah,
That sounds like something I would watch.
It's pretty dark. It's pretty bizarre.
So can we do like the direct description? Because I don't want to talk about.
No. You talk about why you like it, and if you
Yeah.
want to give a synopsis of it. Some anime, I'm warning you right now, it's going to be hard to give a synopsis of, because sometimes the synopsis itself is a giant spoiler.
Yeah.
Like sometimes you just sort of have to watch the show and get carried by it. I'll explain in a little bit. All right. Next up. Oh, and welcome Jonathan.
Hello.
He's here. Anime baby.
Anime, baby.
And we do have honorable mentions at the end for
Basically,
some
I was
other
like,
gutters
anything-
as well.
I agree with Wildwolf. Anything based Shonen Jump, but I love Shonen
I
Jump. Wildwolf.
will ask chat about your top 5 when we get done here. So, next up. Whoops, hold on. Hey, I have to get my hotkeys to work, and then when my hotkeys work, it'll all be happy. I think. There we go. Number 4, Hunter x Hunter. And if I say a name wrong,
No, that's
Let me
still
know.
right. It's a really fun story. It's really long, super fun.
also let me know if it's a series or a movie.
it is a series.
What was Lane?
Lane was a series as well.
Okay.
They had 2 versions of this show. Okay, and the second one's prettier. It is longer. It is done better. So you should watch the second version. But the storyline developed. It's awesome. It's about a kid looking for his dad, but at the same time, he's getting powers on the way.
Okay.
So I like things personally. I like shows where things are getting stronger and powerful as they go.
That's awesome.
I know.
I forgot to add the chat box to the scene YouTubers, so hold on a second. I'm gonna get our
It's a great show.
our chat in here.
It really is.
And reel it in so that you can still see what people are saying.
And that was before. I would say that's still before your Naruto, your Bleach, your all those other shows. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah.
Agree? Yeah.
Speaking of, number 3.
I was a fan of Bleach.
Number 3.
I
That's okay.
Bleach is one that I've seen a lot of, like about
And
out about.
I prefer the manga. Okay, I don't really prefer the anime itself. And they did the first 60 episodes right, and then it just kind of scattered off. So if you like Bleach, I'd recommend the manga.
What is it? This is a series, yeah?
It's a series about going to a celestial soul world.
Okay.
And fighting off demon monsters.
That sounds cool. Is it more like family oriented, would you say?
No.
No, it's not family oriented at all?
Not at all.
Sometimes I look at like the marketing of something and I try to like, is this geared towards kids, geared towards families, or geared towards like adults or
I
whatever?
would say it's a little bit scarier than Dragon Ball. Like,
I wouldn't say it's,
like
it's not
kids watch Dragon Ball and they're okay. Like, but if
Dragon
you're fine
Ball or
with
Dragon
like
Ball Z.
Yeah.
all of them,
Okay.
It's
but
weird.
like
Speaking
this one
of,
That's right. I love Dragon Ball Z.
this is not as scary as like
I
the
love
other
Dragon Ball
one to
Z.
me.
I just love the story. I love everything about Dragon Ball Z.
it's
It
so
was my childhood.
DBZ is just
I love it.
long and winding series.
It's
Yeah.
long.
So this is
Winding-
your number 2?
Just because I love it so much.
No, I'm just asking. This is
I-
number 2 for
Yeah,
you.
there's something that Calvin likes more than Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, and I wanted to change it because I didn't think about it, but you know, because
This would have been your first one if you thought about it.
no.
Oh, you wanted to change your number 1?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would have taken something out.
I gotcha. So what is the fuck is Dragon Ball Z about?
Dragon Ball Z is about life. It's about summoning the dragons. It's about fighting off the strongest. It's about Goku wanting to be the strongest person in the universe.
It's about charging up for 6 episodes.
That's right.
I know
He wants to be the strongest being in the universe, and he likes to fight.
Okay.
Basically it.
Wildwolf says, and before One Piece number 1 on this list, they're calling that your number 1 is One Piece.
Dang, I'm
Let's see. We'll
sorry,
see when we get there.
Damn.
So you like DBZ? It's actiony. It's
Yeah,
about
it's fun.
big burly dudes beating the fuck out of each other. And
I mean, and like when I think about it, I could have changed like 3 of these series in there, and then you choose. They're all like similar. They're all very similar.
that's the most non-summarizing summary of DBZ. But it's hard to summarize, right?
Yeah.
And so
It's about a guy getting super powerful having kids.
that's it, and it's like the legacy of like the family,
And
right?
he wants to be the world's
I mean, you gotta
strongest
say
fighter.
It's an
depends
opera.
on like the season.
Right.
Like, each
Still the
season
world's
means
strongest
something
fighter.
different.
That's what he wants to be.
Okay, so if you want to watch an anime about a dude who wants to be the world's strongest fighter, is it wacky or is it straight up?
Both.
Okay, so it's both like serious and has wacky moments.
Yeah, except for,
Okay.
I mean, if you're watching Dragon Ball Super, it's kind of more like
Game Guy cheered 5
And it's
sad.
it's pretty
for
though.
DBZ.
Yeah.
Thank you, Game Guy. Mm-hmm. Also
These
forgot
faces
to
are
add
legit.
the Twitch alerts source to this, so we will. Hold on.
You were so
I am-
energized.
I'm
You
I'm
just did
super
not
stoked,
see
and I
me.
also completely
I
like.
like your old man chuckle.
There we go. Thanks for the cheer, Game Guy. I'll do the alert again so you guys can see it. There we
Does
go.
it to protect
There.
people.
Okay, so Cal,
so-
you're number 1. What you
what
had to me.
What I had to you.
Is it One Piece?
Was Neon Genesis Evangelion, the original series. And so tell me about Evangelion and then tell me what you're audibling to.
Basically, it's giant war machines that are fighting aliens, giant like mechs that are like connected with your human psyche, and and you're fighting giant aliens. It's called what the hell are they called right now? Called angels.
Uh-huh.
And it's just it's really well written, good depth.
It's sort of like Pacific Rim if there was any intelligence behind it whatsoever.
Right.
Okay.
Just like Pacific Rim, except
And it came like 20, 30 years ago
Yes.
also. So it was way before.
So-
Pacific Rim is very much inspired by NGE.
yes, absolutely. But I would have thrown Cowboy Bebop up there. I would have thrown Berserk up there. I would have thrown like so many I could have picked. But I was just like, all right, what do I actually like a lot? What do I shows that I love?
And Timmy, Calvin referenced the series, but hold tight. Hold tight on that. What's your audible, dude?
Cowboy Bebop.
Cowboy Bebop, okay.
Yep.
Our intro graphic.
Yep. That's why I was like, oh, I didn't even think.
You forgot about Cowboy Bebop.
Even though I've seen it a million times. Yes.
Yeah. So, and Wolf, so yeah, I will right now take a quick break before we get to Lauren's. To
Why
special
are we
mention.
skipping you?
Huh?
Why do we skip you?
He's got an order. He made a slideshow.
I made an order.
Come on.
But I just
The order goes Calvin, Lauren, JB, Steven, and Bree. Put Bree last because this was like,
I'm not.
this is welcome
I'm not
to the
com-
podcast
I
Bree
was
show.
thinking in order, like
Oh, of
on
the couch. Yeah. No, I
I'm not
see.
going to disrespect
I
his
see.
slideshow. It's very
But-
pretty.
I do like this show. Please don't get me wrong.
Honorable mention to Berserk. Berserk is not on this list. I will spoil that for you right now.
It's a great one.
But it's good and problematic in some ways, super dramatic and intense in others. It's really hard to watch. It's definitely not for kids or mid-range adults. It's probably not for most adults. It's probably for like 7 people. Like thinking about the content of the film.
yeah.
Or of the series. Anyway.
And so I'm going to think of the other series as you move on, because there's another show that I'm thinking of that is not on here that I also think is
And we'll do more honorable mentions at the end, but since Wolf brought it up, I'm gonna bring it up there. Lauren, your top 5.
Okay.
Number 5. Numero 5.
It's Sailor Moon.
Sailor Moon!
Similarly to Calvin, I love this because it was my childhood. I grew
Yeah.
up on it. Bria and I actually bonded pretty quickly over it because I started to rewatch it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay,
It
so
just
series or
became-
movie, or is it both at this point?
all the above.
There's 2 different series. Series? Whatever.
Series.
Series. There's Sailor Moon Crystal, which is the newer version, and then there's just regular Sailor Moon that we saw in the 90s.
Right.
Sailor Moon Crystal, I feel like bastardizes my childhood, but now rewatching Sailor Moon, I'm just like, God, they're so whiny. So,
They're teen angsty girls.
So this is your
Well-
nostalgia pick.
yes.
And so what's it about?
So, they're earth fighting superheroes.
Are they normal girls that become like super powered, or are they aliens, or what's up?
They're regular girls, and then they are just bestowed with these magical instruments that
Is
make
it
them
sort of
superheroes.
Power Rangers-y
Yes.
in the way that they get their
Yes,
powers? Like they were
absolutely.
regular kids and now they're super.
I don't really see any like practicing or anything like that, but like once they're
Luna.
Yeah.
Luna gave them their stuff.
there, you go. See?
Oh, okay. Okay.
That's why I don't like to talk about this stuff. Go to 4.
Snowbeard mentions Appleseed. That's a good one too.
That's a good one too. I discovered mine, but
We watched that together.
Caldane, fighting evil by moonlight, winning love by daylight. For the cheer. Thank you, Caldane.
There you go.
It's more or less the source of the magical girl trend, says White Wolf Senpai.
And I guess my thing is it's like, yes, they're angsty teenage girls, but I do not recall anybody just crying randomly as
And
a
then just
teenager.
supersonic
and just
ears.
like, yeah, just
Your wailing saves the day.
Yeah.
Right.
No.
Did any of your sisters just cry randomly on occasion?
Yeah.
Nah.
Oh.
No, they usually had very good reason to. Number 4. Parasite.
Oh, so-
When I
that's
saw
such a
this,
good
this was
thing.
like a Lauren pick when I was like looking up images.
It's a good show.
I was like, holy shit.
You guys don't even know, like, the first time I was like, hey, let's watch this. I was like, I don't know if you're going to be into it, but let's check it out. She just, like, binge watched it after that.
What feels yours?
Yeah. I really love this mostly because you see both sides.
As a movie or series?
The series.
Series.
The
Okay.
series for sure. They do have a couple of gifts. I don't know where it came from. Where it's actual like human graphics. So human, it's all real
Like a
life.
live action?
Yeah. And it's really cool looking. But anyway, so
There's a live action element to this anime.
I've
Yes,
seen gifts.
yeah, there is.
Yes.
Okay,
Okay.
so there you go. But anyway, so 2 sides to this. Parasitic type aliens
Okay.
are trying to get into the human race and be a part, and you can stop the process. So it's like a really advanced version of the zombie virus by being bitten, except they
Okay.
get in your skin. So Migi is the right hand.
Yeah.
It's the right hand. So they'll get in your body and they'll try to find the heart, but sometimes they'll go through your face and then they'll try and they'll veer off or something and they won't get to the heart. So they can't be a full body host. So Migi is a failed host present, and now you have the plain human and his hand randomly turns into a parasite.
And he's fighting other parasites?
The hand, mostly the hand is, but he starts to learn and he becomes better equipped to fight. And it's just really cool because you see both sides. You see how they think, how not really like morally concept they are according to us and things like that. But
They try to replace the head and pilot your body.
exactly.
And so this reminds me a little bit of like District 9. So in District 9, he gets infected with like the alien like juices or whatever, and then he starts to sort of change into an alien. For a while he has just like an alien hand, which allows him to use like the guns and shit.
Yeah, that's
So
almost exactly what this is.
Similar to Parasite?
Except
Okay.
it's all melee.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just all melee, but it's
See,
wicked
this
fast.
probably I probably like this because I really loved the symbiote stuff in the Marvel universe. So like Venom and Carnage, especially. Carnage
you'd
was
probably
like my
like
villain.
this.
So like making axes and shit out of his like hands and that kind of thing. So
Yeah, if you do watch it. It's in sub and dub. I would say the sub is a little bit harder to watch because of Migi on the hand. So if you don't like annoying voices,
if you have
watch it in English.
if you have a sub or dub that you
actually
prefer to
really
watch,
like-
feel free to put it out there. We're not going to have the whole sub dub argument, but if you
No,
want to tell me
no.
what you prefer, go right ahead.
Subs.
Funny thing in this, I usually prefer dubs because I like to see all the artistry. I like drawings. I like watching people draw. So for me, a lot of the visual images are important. But similarly to conversations we've had in the past, for this one, I have to have it subbed because if you don't have Migi's voice in the sub version, it just doesn't give it as much emphasis and stuff.
yeah.
But my number 1 is my flip flop because I've watched both and now I'm like loving it. So.
I'm all about that. But it may be absolute trash, but I'm just going to allow myself to be excited for the Venom movie since it came up in chat. And the prototype games. Yeah, I was actually watching Master Charles play the prototype games, which is sort of a similar concept where I think he can like make stuff with his hand, like make his body do weird things. Number 3. Tokyo Ghoul. This is one that I've seen around.
It's a great one. I almost put that in mine too. I love it.
It's really good. I've caught up to I think season 2, but season 3 just came out. So
Okay,
I'm
so
not.
it's a series, not a film.
Yes, for sure.
What is Tokyo Ghoul about?
So some demons.
Okay.
Well,
More.
vampires, but they to me they give demon like quality. So
Yeah.
vampires roam the earth. You slowly get taken over into a demon-like entity, and this is the story about somebody who gets taken over and against his will.
It's turned into a vampire.
Yeah.
Okay. And is the combat heavy series
It's
talky.
kind of talky.
Okay.
There's
cool.
combat, but more torture.
More like
torture
like torture
and-
scenes and stuff like that.
Not seen so much, but there's major parts for sure.
Okay. Awesome. Next up, number 2. Agretsuko.
I don't even know.
Agretsuko.
Okay.
This is on
Agretsuko
Netflix, right?
is brand new.
So it's a series on
It
Netflix.
is so cute. I've watched it dubbed and subbed. So far, it's my favorite. It's just so wonderful. So Agretsuko is about a red panda. And the entire world, it's like Zootopia. The entire world is just animals. So she's a typical Japanese 20-year-old.
Okay.
And she's going through life thinking how everything sucks. She works all day. She makes money to get nowhere. She hates her job. She just hates everything.
Okay. So is this Animal Fight Club?
No.
Okay.
So you get through, and this is the best part. So it gets through her day, and you realize how she lets off steam because she lets everybody walk over her and everything, blah, blah, blah. At the end of the day, she goes to a karaoke bar, and she screams metal. And it's awesome. And I was
awesome.
I watched it subbed the first time because I didn't know it was both. And then the second time through, I watched it I watched it dubbed because I wanted to hear the metal in English. And it was so weird for me because, like, now I prefer voices that were
It's so
subbed.
cute, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it's awesome. And it's 15 minutes. They're 15-minute episodes. So you can get through the whole season in, 4 hours.
In an afternoon?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Why Wolf on Tokyo Ghoul says mixed feelings on season 1 was great. Cool combat. I don't know how I feel about the later stuff. But yeah, how far did you get into Tokyo Ghoul?
I think I finished season 2.
Season 2? Okay. And JB says, geez, my taste in anime is super dated. No, not at all. Like, and this is the cool thing about, like, anime is that there's recent seasons and stuff, but there's always, like, all of the stuff that's popular sort of remains, so, like, it remains known. Yeah. It's not like, today with American TV, people are like, remember Knight Rider and David Hasselhoff? People are like, what the fuck is that?
Like Hoff. How do you forget the Hoff? Dude?
Well, someone younger than us, but like
It's
anyone
actually
who
right
is
in between us. 'Cause, like, our generation had to learn about it from others. You guys
you
still
learned
had
that
to
through
watch
references
it.
of other stuff. That's funny. Okay. Your number one. Your number
I love
one.
my number one.
Another.
This is
What a
one
good
of the
pick.
first
Another.
ones that showed to me because I had not watched a lick of anime since I was younger.
Yeah.
And another really just did it for me. It's an awesome series. What?
Keep going. I want to ask a question.
Well, Wolf says another's pretty good.
Oh yeah. So
Okay, you said series.
It's a series.
Okay.
Yes. And you go through the entire thing. God, it's like a detective series. Like, you don't get to walk pace by pace through as a detective, but it's super horror conflicted and super evil. And
When I looked up some screenshots, there were some super gory.
It's not super gory.
Oh, okay, it's not.
But there are deaths. There are things that happen. But I really can't give you much of the summary because you just have to watch.
You have to watch another. Okay.
And it's only one season. It doesn't keep going.
This takes place. Is this the main character?
She's one of them.
Okay, one of the main characters. Is this about, like, kid? I know you're trying to. You can't give away too much away, but
they're all in high school.
Can you paint a bit of a picture?
It's a specific class.
Okay.
It's one specific class. They're in high school, and it has to deal with their families and them and how it affects them and everything that's happened before and everything that will happen.
Okay.
So yeah, I really can't give you much more.
Why Wolf says there's at least one scene in it that he couldn't watch because he got queasy.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
I look at that character and all I can think of is Akito from Air Gear.
Okay, yeah.
That's why I was like, why is the character from Air... I'm a big fan of Air Gear too, so that's an honorable mention if you
Honorable mention to Air Gear.
That's the one I was telling you to watch because it's the only anime that's like about rollerblading.
Yeah,
Oh, cool.
It's awesome. The manga is insane.
Cool.
But
real quick question, because this is also not on anybody's list here. Anybody big Initial D fan?
hell yeah, I should have put that on there.
Every guy I know with a Mustang is like, yeah. And I'm like,
I have a whole separate list I could make. It's also like I thought of the other one as well because if you like pretty and good storyline, again though it is like my build up storylines. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
I am really glad I didn't see any hentai.
Yeah. No, there's no hentai on this list.
I was really stoked.
Calvin is Initial D the anime.
Dude, I love that fucking anime, dude.
All right, next gutter nerd, JB. We're gonna hit up JB's top 5.
Great.
And he's in the chat.
Made him that photo.
This is from your Facebook page, public profile. Here we go. Number 5, Love Hina.
That's a good show.
Yeah, it's really cute.
Can someone, or if JB is there in chat, you want to give us a real quick on Love Hina. If someone can give us a synopsis of Love Hina while we wait for JB's input on why he liked it.
I think
it's
he's
a rom-com,
gonna
right?
the picture you put up there first.
I hope Tenchi Muyo is in his list. He's got all the rom-coms.
I'm gonna stop ruining lists because I don't want to get. There's a million animes. I guess it's pretty much impossible for me to. But Love Hina is a rom-com, right? He says, "This is my first anime that I watched where I bonded with my current friends."
Oh.
So this is is this high school love story stuff?
Yeah.
Anybody?
You've never seen it?
I haven't seen it in a really long
I
time.
haven't seen it in
Okay.
a long, long time.
That's one of those animes I watched when I was little. I'm pretty sure it's like, I wouldn't say a harem anime, but it's kind of close. Like there's this guy, but he's in love with the girl in the yellow.
But everybody else.
And
everybody
JB
else,
mentions
like-
the show, as I learned, was a harem type.
Yeah.
And the genre really
And it has
is
its moments.
problematic.
It can be kind of ecchi, but it has its moments. Like it's really cute, but then it can be a little
and there are
you want
points where
your
you're
mom
like,
to walk in at some points. You're like, whoa! Like it's that kind of stuff. But it's really cute.
rocked my world. Okay, and Love Hina is one that I saw a lot. Like, I haven't ever seen the show, but I saw it a lot on, like, anime-related things, like at the mall when I worked at Suncoast. Like, we had a lot of Love Hina tapes.
Yeah.
But yeah, no Bible Black, no Golden Boy. Nothing.
I love Golden Boy. God, what a great show.
Of course you do. Pokemon!
That was so exciting.
What do you think? What do you say about Pokemon? Like, everybody knows Pokemon whether they've watched it or not, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I've literally never seen an episode of Pokemon, but I watched the Pokemon movie with my 6-year-old sister 15 years ago.
He abuses those
16,
little creatures.
17, yeah, it really does. But Pokemon made his childhood. This is a world in which creatures have special powers, and they can fight on your behalf when you catch them. There is an enslavement process, and this
leave
is a
them in a
show
ball forever.
about a character named Ash who's going around beating other Pokemon trainers and wanting to be the best trainer in the world.
Yeah.
Basically,
It's like Dragon Ball Z, but
That is the
you don't do your
best.
own fighting.
That is the best,
pretty
not
much.
too thick
It's-
summary I've ever heard.
Okay,
it's
yeah.
animal abuse series of the century.
I'm like,
Wow.
Child Me watched every episode as it aired. Teenage Me Forward. They still make that?
I didn't think I knew anybody
Yeah.
who was too old for the Pokemon.
JB says
I know, right?
it's not about slave animal fighting. Okay?
Game Guy.
Feel free to correct me. Totes about the bonding and friendship. Fuck off, haters. Did someone say One Punch Man and Attack on Titan? You did, Game Guy.
Those are great
honorable
shows.
mentions.
I
we
like
haven't
both those
we
shows.
haven't had them yet.
The manga for Attack on Titan is better than the show.
Next up from JB, number 3, Full Metal Panic.
Oh, it's a great show.
said
It's
this,
hilarious.
Tell me, someone give me a synopsis. It's a series. First of all, I know that.
I want to get a quick synopsis. It's a series. I like Fumafu personally.
Is this a mech
Yeah.
Yeah.
show?
Yeah, it is. And it
Mech meaning a person gets in a giant robot and fights.
Yes.
pretty much. And it's pretty cute. It's kind of funny. It just has it's made by Kyoto Animations, which is my favorite people. I actually didn't even know that they made those animes. They just came out with a newer season this season for spring of Full Metal Panic.
Ooh.
And JB
Like season 4?
JB does says that Full Metal Panic had its fingers in every genre. So there's like mech, there's some comedy, and it's a little
Romance.
all over the place.
Yeah.
Mech, romance, comedy, action, etc. Nice. Hello, Trexis. How'd the stream go? And Sam approves of Full Metal Panic. Of course he does.
It's a great show. It's hilarious. I like second season.
So it's funny?
The second season is one
thought it
of
was
the funniest fucking seasons ever.
Okay.
Because in the second season, instead of a mech suit for the most time,
Only me and you.
he's in a giant like teddy
No,
bear.
no. Just you and Brittany.
Oh.
Oh, you and Whitney got hello today. Yeah.
So I think it's
got
great.
Do you like the Full Metal Panic?
It's funny. It's very funny.
Do not confuse Full Metal Panic with Full Metal Alchemist. That is a different show.
Oh yeah, completely different.
I had no idea.
I'm just saying.
If you're doing
I have confused them before.
And if you're doing Full Metal Alchemist, you're
Explain.
doing Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Watch the right one.
Next up, number 2, Princess Mononoke. This is, I think, the only Miyazaki that we have in our top 5s. For the record,
Which I was kinda surprised.
I'm not a big Miyazaki fan. I do love Princess Mononoke, but he's very thoughtful and paced and brilliant. It's just I get bored easy with with some thoughtful and paced. Also, FMA, Full Metal's one word. Oh, right. Sorry.
That wolf has been smoking the reefer.
Covers that I'm full chat with. So yeah, so Princess Mononoke is a film. Sio, do I like Disney? Not a whole lot. Generally, no, with some exceptions.
I'm very offended. That was a trigger, Steven.
No, I acknowledge that they're good, and I understand why people like them, but if someone was like, will you watch a Disney movie with me? Like, I'll do it, but only because I like you, not because I'm necessarily interested in it. Except Maleficent. That movie fucking hardcore, and I love it.
So much symbolism.
So, Princess Mononoke. This is a movie about... I'm not really sure. I've seen it twice, and I don't really know what this movie's about.
I watched this movie. This was like one of the first movies my dad let me watch, and it was from my stepmom, and we watched it. And I remember being horrified at there was a virus with the trees because man was like taking the trees down, like we were hurting the forest. So the forest demons start hurting the animals.
That's right.
And so Boar comes out. He's actually like terrifying. And he has like this black stuff all over him with like some worms. And then he ends up infecting the main character, who ends up finding her, a woman in the woods with the wolves that raised her.
Right, and they fight back the demons and save nature. Like their goal is to fight back the demons and save nature.
Yeah. And then they end up then the goal is saving him because he ends up laying out.
And Chimmy says Miyazaki's not a jam. And that's fine. You can have a jam or not a jam, and it's totally fine either way.
Yeah.
My friend freaks out when you mention No Face from Spirited Away, but I'm super interested too. He'd nope out of Mononoke by comparison. True to your main character, you don't see that very often. And JB says it was mature, pro-environment film. Plot is more developed than what we're giving it credit for, but we're trying to.
You can't really. I don't want to give away too much.
Yeah, don't want to give away too much.
There's a lot going on.
He said, but he can't say anything really. It's a darn good film. Animation and message were both great, and it wasn't muddied down. Like it wasn't. They didn't talk down to you.
Yeah, no.
It's not. It's not a kids'
really
film.
Pretty one too, though.
Yeah. So JB's number one. Anybody want to guess? Whoop. Ghost in the Shell standalone complex.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Really rad show. So this show is different from the films. I don't even know if they incorporate like the movie Ghost in the Shell into the lore of Standalone Complex, but Standalone Complex has 2 seasons. There's the Standalone Complex, and then there's Individual 11, and shortened to Get Sacked. This show is so confusing, and I had to watch it. I love it, but I had to watch it twice because I'm like,
smart show.
What is going on? And I went back. If you love Metal Gear Solid, this is an anime for you. It's about tech and people robot hybrids, and section 9 is like part detective group, part anti-terrorist unit, and so they're investigating and stuff that's going around like Tokyo and the world, and it's political intrigue and cyber drama and cyberpunk stuff. It's crazy and it's awesome.
It's a great show.
Never took time to get Ghost in the Shell. Why, Wolf? Boy. Come on, man.
You should.
Treats its viewers like adults. Yeah, they literally spoon feed you nothing. There's like no exposition. It just picks up and you got to figure out all the stuff yourself. And it has funny, each character, like a character will get their own episode, and every character is fully fleshed out. It's so good. Good number 1, JB. Next up is the blue-haired bomber, Steve-O. That's me.
Who refers to you as the blue-haired bomber?
I think the Red Six did.
Okay.
I'm still just so overwhelmed with your energy, Steven.
Look, Lauren, get on my level.
It's almost been 40 minutes.
We're getting through it.
I would have thought he would calm down by now.
And number 5, Akira. This was one of the first anime films I ever watched. And it's actually the first anime film that most Americans watched. So it was the first anime to be released in theaters in the United States.
It's a great show.
So it's a great movie. It is in the future Tokyo. There are biker gangs, and there's this one guy that can control stuff with his mind to like an exponential degree, and he's going crazy, and this biker guy ends up coming into conflict with him. And it's...
If anybody ever wants to give me a gift, I'll take the motorcycle. I'll take it. If somebody builds me and I get a motorcycle, I'll take it.
It's the better Stranger Things, says Jimmy. The first of this movie is super confusing, though, and they have redubbed it a few times.
Yeah.
And Johnny Ongbosh, who is one of my favorite voice actors, did one of the redubs of it, and it's and very good. But it's super pretty. Even now, like you not rebooted or reanimated, like even now the animation is gorgeous. There are some really difficult scenes to watch in this film, though, so be aware there's like some really sort of screwed up stuff in the film if you're going to sit down and watch it. Mm-hmm. It's very, very good, but it's like, gang-related stuff.
Yeah. Gang signs.
Heads up.
Want to watch it? I got it.
Shock.
Duck Dynasty Season 2 is best anime. Okay, so my number 4, The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya. And
Cute.
This can you do the dance?
I cannot do the dance.
I fail.
I'm sorry.
I can't either.
This show was given to me by a friend of mine named Guillermo Casas. And he was like, watch this show. There's 2 chronologies of the show. There's the aired chronology, and then there's the in sequence, like what's the story chronology. There we go. I recommend you watch the aired chronology, as in out of order, because it won't make sense to you, but it has a better dramatic arc than if you watch it in order. Because if you watch it in order, it sort of ruins everything for you. And this is one of those shows that's hard to describe without me just giving away everything, because you don't realize what the show's about until about 75% of the way through the series. But there's Haruhi is a girl. This is like in school. She creates her little SOS brigade to bring positivity and stuff to the school, and they like make movies and put on concerts and do stuff like that. And I can't say more than that. And if that sounds silly to you, that sounded silly to me. Why would I want to watch that? But it is, if you finish the first season, it is jacked up. Like, there's some really hard-hitting, reality-bending stuff in this show. So, I really, really recommend it. I felt watching Haruhi super quick, felt super slow and meandering. It is until it isn't, Wolf. And also it depends on which order you watched it in a little bit.
There's another
Did I already
season
say
of
Duck
this
Dynasty
show.
Season 2?
But it's the other girl. Like, it's the girl with the purple hair. They made another season of it with her. But not her, but the other girl. She has, like, purple hair. And it's the same title, but I don't know the name. Like, they changed the girl's name.
It's the melancholy of the other another character.
And she's, like, in love with dude over there in the red tie. Mm-hmm. And it's, like, about her, and it's cute. Yeah. It's okay.
Chimmy likes it. Chimmy, I think you and I have overlap on a lot of stuff.
And I keep thinking as we do this, I keep thinking of more animes that I'd recommend to people too.
Yeah, we'll have some more recommendations when we're done here. Number 3, the rebuild of Evangelion. And this is what I separated from your Neon Genesis Evangelion, the series earlier. I never watched the original Neon Genesis Evangelion. I only watched the reboot films, and I haven't even finished them. I've only seen like the first 2 or 3. So the rebuild of Evangelion is a set of movies that reanimates, actually completely reboots, I think, the Neon Genesis Evangelion series. And the films are gorgeous. And, this was the first time I had experienced Evangelion, so watching the giant mechs and fighting like those crazy angels and stuff, there are some like stomach dropping moments where you're like, oh god, that's huge, it's awesome. I really liked Rebuild. Bree, did you mean the disappearance of Nagato Yuki?
Yeah.
Okay, that's the one that you're talking about.
Yeah.
And watched them last year. I'm behind. I need to find like a collection or something to watch, because I watched the first 2 with some friends of ours, Detweiler, Mosley, and them. I may have even watched the first one with you, actually. We may have watched it at Detweiler's apartment in Dallas.
Maybe.
Yeah, years ago. So I'm gonna pick that back up. My number 2 is Jonathan's number 1. We have our one and only overlap today. Is Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex. I've already given you a rundown of it, but I really, really do love this show. Also, Tachikomas. The little mechs in the back. The Tachikomas.
I'm a fan of Tachikomas.
And they're so cute. They're like little pets. They're like little cats
and
that can talk
to you.
It's like claptrap.
I'm like, I want to know. I want to know what you're doing.
It's like a claptrap. Yeah.
It's like, why are you doing that?
I'm like,
is it okay? And they're like, is it okay to kill these people? They're like, yeah, mow them down. I'm like, okay. And like rip them to shreds. Like, they're the happiest little mech AIs ever.
it is claptrap. It is straight up claptrap.
Yeah, right?
And my number 1, my number 1, Trigun.
I was surprised.
This show
It's great.
was the first anime I ever watched. I've watched it 5 or 6 times. It's a series. I cry every time. No matter how many times I watch it, and I'm not going to tell you why, but no matter how many times I watch it, I just bawl.
It gives you goosebumps.
I bawl. So this is a sort of a Western style anime.
With donuts.
It is about, it's again, each sort of episode is sort of its own spoiler, but it is about a man with perfect aim. Vash the Stampede is the main character. He has near perfect aim. He refuses to kill anyone. And he is sort of either a hero or a villain, depending on who you ask, and he's really goofy, and this is a show that's really goofy until it's not. Because when it hits you like a truck.
Like a fucking truck.
Yeah. Like a fuck truck. And there's great lines, there's great music,
There's
the
a kitty
animation's
cat.
good. There's a cat in every show. There's a little black kitty cat somewhere in every episode.
My crow just followed me in every episode.
There's a single series and there's a movie. The movie is okay. It's not bad. I was pretty easy on the film, but the series is like the gem. It's really good. So yeah, he's got a 6-shooter, like this big giant handgun, and his left arm is also a machine gun.
You look so unpleased.
It's so good.
You never seen it?
No.
Oh, that's just sad.
Wow, Wolf, if you can hold through, Wolfwood is one of the best, Wolfwood is one of the best characters. He's like a preacher assassin. So, yeah, I recommend you try again again.
I enjoy it.
If you do. And Bree,
Oh,
our
hey.
newest member of the podcast. The reason we're having this conversation today. Haven't seen Zoids in a long time. I should take another look at it. It's this guy.
I liked Zoids. It was entertaining. I was entertained.
You were entertained. Okay, Bree, what's your number 5?
Hell Girl.
All right.
Pretty.
Tell us about Hellgirl, movie series.
It's 4 seasons.
Okay.
They just came out with the 4th season last year. And it's pretty much about a girl who... Wait, let me think about this first because I don't want to ruin the whole...
Right. There's a lot of... The writing in a lot of anime is so structured that you have to figure out where to tell a story
Oh, no,
from.
they tell you in the first episode. So, she's a girl, and she ends up with a really dark past. And her past makes her murder a lot of people, like her whole village. And what happened...
That's a bummer.
Yeah, but she did it because they had killed her parents, and they buried them all alive. So, it was like vengeance for her.
Yeah.
So, when she goes to hell... the guy who pretty much has her in his web is like, I will free your family's souls if you give me enough souls. So
Oh, that's like what Cuphead's about, sort of.
yeah, and so she goes on and she's dead and she lives in this world, but she kills people for him. And so she has a group of people, and at 12 o'clock every night you can get on your computer and you can type in her website, or Hellgirl, and you can type in the name of the person who you want to kill, kind of like Death Note. And she'll come see you, and she'll give you, like, a red rag doll, and it has a string tied to it. She gives you her whole thing, like, if you want to untie this, then, we'll kill that person. But sometimes it doesn't go the way you want it to, or she'll kill you, depending on the situation, or she'll go and kill that person for you. And she'll
So
kill
it's like,
them.
is each episode like a target?
Yeah, and pretty much. And so, like, depending on what that person does, she'll kill you in the way that that person harmed you. So, and that's what she does.
That's
and
awesome.
it goes on for, like, 4 seasons until she finds a girl to take her place.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Okay, did you bring Zoids up? Only when you said it, gang. Got it. You were the Zoids bring up.
But it's really pretty. It's dark and kind of strange. But if you're into like something fast paced, like where it changes every episode, she's what you watch.
And Chimmy said, it's a weird series, but loved it.
Yeah.
As if you pull a string, you're condemned to hell yourself.
Yeah.
Something like that, yeah. Okay, next up, number 4.
Okay.
I'm going to do this. Bakemonogatari.
Yes. So this is based on a Japanese light novel. They're so good and fun. I will tell you the anime is a little confusing. This probably isn't the first season.
Okay.
There is a prequel. It starts with a K, and it's about the vampire that bites the boy. Because the whole show is based on like supernatural stuff and a boy who is a vampire. And all of the like weird spirits he encounters.
Okay.
And that's what it's about. Except the first season is about the first 3 movies, I should say, is about the vampire that bites him and how he becomes a vampire. And
So there are movies as well as a series?
So, yeah, the first 3 of the series are movies.
Okay.
And then it goes, I think, to like 2 or 3 seasons. Like it's
After
really
the first 3 movies?
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
And then,
Jimmy Neutron and Fairly Odd Parents deserve a spot in the top 10.
That's why I was like, oh my god.
and so, but it's pretty
Child
much
game
like
guy.
the first book is this one, and it's about a girl who carries the weight a crab took her weight. So she weighs like 5 grams. And that's because he took her weight, like literally took her weight from her. Like she was feeling down, so he took it.
Yeah.
And so then she just didn't want that, and then they had to go fight for that. And there was another girl who ends up getting like cursed by a cat, and then she ends up becoming a cat.
Oh,
And
crazy.
then they have to like figure out how to turn her back, and like he works with like a priest and all this other stuff. But it's really cool. Like when you watch it, it's not like other animes. Like it cuts in and out, and then it will say like different words, and it's very strange, but it's really good.
Okay. We were at PAX. Why didn't you toss some hands? Oh, at me, you broke them at me. you're just young, game guy. I'm just old as shit. Is really what it comes down
About
to.
right. He is old as shit.
Number 3.
Oh, okay. I just have to pick this because I love shoujos and they're like my favorite.
Okay, this is Breeze number 5. Maid Sama.
Yes. I picked it because she's one of the very few anime girls that's tan and has black hair.
Okay.
And when I was younger, like I was 12, and you know, like I'm tan and all the other anime girls were like white. I was like, hey, she's tan like me. And so
Someone to identify with.
Yeah, so I was really excited. But it actually turned out to be really sweet. I think it's like 24 episodes long, and the manga's, I think, still ongoing. But it is so cute. Like, if you're really into all that love and romance, it's super sweet. Like, this moment, he, like, jumps off of their school building to catch her picture. And she, like, runs downstairs. I'm like, he would not have lived, but, you know.
So is this, like, rom-com
Yeah.
kind of a thing?
Yeah, like, she's the student council president of her school, which is, I think, like 90% boys. And then she's
this
trying
is
to
series.
get more girls.
It's like so there's like the reverse harem
Yeah,
kind of a
but
thing?
it's just them two.
Oh, okay. This
Yeah.
show's about these two people.
Yeah, just them two.
Why was that moment when this is the first on this list? You went, really? We've been through like 30 or 25 or 30 anime, and this is the first one you've seen? Okay. So series, movie?
It's just one season, I think.
One season.
Yeah. If
Okay.
I can remember, it's just one.
And that's awesome. And you like it.
I love it. It's so sweet.
Okay.
It's cute. Oh, no, I'm breezeless.
Number 2.
Oh, Shigo Chara. This is kind of like a magical girl anime.
Uh-huh.
So it relates to Sailor Moon. But the whole point of it is you don't embrace your inner self. So then you like say this little chant to yourself, and then you wake up in the morning and your egg is born. And your egg is who you want to be, but you haven't fully embraced it. But along with that, you also fight like demons, or like, not really like demons, but these evil eggs that try to suck the life out of children.
What the fuck?
Yeah. And so they're like little black eggs, and they have an X over them, and they'll go and like implant themselves over like a child's heart, and then try to take like their energy. Kind of like Sailor Moon, because Sailor Moon doesn't really ever kill anybody.
Yeah.
They just take people's energy. And that's kind of what it's like. And she has like, I think she has like 4 eggs of her different personalities, and she'll transform into them.
And so this is series?
Yes. It's got 3 seasons.
3 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And what do you specifically like about this show? What's the thing that grabs you?
Her. She is so fun. Like, she's spunky, she's cute, and then her little, like, transformations that she changes into are so cute, because, like, one is, like, her sporty side, one's her arty side, her baking side, and then one is, like, her true self.
Oh, cool.
Baking side?
Yeah, like, she has, like, a cooking one, so, like, when she fights people, she dresses in, like, a cute little apron and stuff. She's got a big whip, and, like, she'll just, like, kill everybody with, like, this whip. She doesn't kill anybody, but it's cute.
All right, anime expert Bree, what is your number 1 favorite anime?
Oh, Clannad. Oh, my goodness.
So,
it is so amazing, you
series or
guys.
film?
It is, it can be both. They've done it in a movie, and they have 2 seasons.
Okay. What is Clannad about?
So, that girl's name is Nagisa Furukawa. She's one of the main characters, and then her boyfriend back there is Tomoya Okazaki. And they end up getting married, blah, 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 all this other stuff. But it's pretty much just a daily slice of life anime, but there's mythical aspects of it. But you have to watch them to understand. And it's made by Kyoto Animations, which a few of you picked from today, which was really cool. But they made this, and it's really hard to explain, because then I'd be giving it away. But the first season is how they met, and like all that other stuff. And then the second season is like their life after, like they graduate high school and what they go through. And I liked it when I was younger, because there wasn't a lot of animes like that. Like there wasn't a lot where like, oh, you learn how they meet, and then like they get married in the next season, and then, you know, like other stuff happens. Like you don't see a lot of animes
usually
like that.
in anime, once they fall in love, that's the end of the story.
That's the end of the season. So
What happened to Psychopaths?
I mean, it's just a movie, Dad. It's not my favorite.
And we've reached the beginning.
Yeah, Calvin again.
Calvin, go through them again. Reese says, but my thoughts on Clannad are Clannad, smile, after story.
Yeah, exactly.
End of after story.
Originally
salty.
a game too, so like they made the game first, which is like if you look up how many words is in that game, it's like 1 million like words.
Is it like a visual novel?
Yeah.
Kind of a thing?
Yeah,
Okay.
but you get to pick the girl that you end up with. Like in the series, you end up with Nagisa.
Right.
Compared to in the game, you pick who you want to be with.
So, can I add a side note, some honorable mentions that we didn't have on our list? So I'm going to say, first off, Excel Saga, if you want a really random anime.
Yeah,
It's
really
very random. I'm going to say FLCL.
Give us a quick, like really fast for Excel Saga.
Random.
Every
episode is random.
It's just a completely different thing.
Yeah.
It is completely just bizarro
And
nuts.
FLCL, you'll sometimes
Footy
hear
cootie.
people refer to it as Fooly Cooly or Footy Cootie.
Well, supposedly there's seasons 2 and
There's
3 coming.
6 episodes.
Season
It's real
2 is
short,
already out.
and it's sort of like Scott Pilgrim if it were an anime.
Yeah, it is. Good point.
The let's know the game makes extra S1 makes more sense. Okay, yeah, you just sort of helped Y Wolf out there a little bit. A couple of others, and we'll get to some of ours too. But Whitney mentioned a couple that she really liked. Her number 3 was Yu-Gi-Oh.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah,
My
Yu-Gi-Oh
boyfriend's
girl.
favorite. He still plays card games.
Number 2 for her was Princess and the Goblin. Number 1 was Little Nemo and the Adventures of Slumberland.
Oh, those are
I
old
remember
ones.
that
Old
one.
movies.
Yeah.
I remember that one.
And then Sam, who you've seen in some of our stuff. And Sam yelled, "Oh my God, I love Fooly Cooly." Yeah, Sam's top 5.
boy.
He's got a nerd by proxy. Number 5 was Sword Art Online.
That's a great show. Fucking love that show.
Number 4, Naruto.
I still enjoy it. The manga's better.
Number
I enjoy
3,
the show.
Steam Boy.
Haven't
That's
seen it.
Miyazaki, right?
Yeah, I never saw
I
Steam
haven't
Boy.
seen that one.
Number 2 was Trigun, and number 1 was Princess Mononoke. So a lot of overlap with Sam and me and Jonathan.
Aren't you guys one entity anyway?
Huh?
Aren't you guys just one entity anyway?
Me and Sam
And
Jonathan, are we all
Jonathan.
one
Formed all
person?
together.
We're like the Triforce of like weird dudes. There's like Sam is power, Jonathan is courage, and I am wisdom, I guess.
Vampire Hunter D.
I don't know.
I like that.
Vampire Hunter D. Okay, yeah, name me yours. Vampire Hunter D for Kaldane is number 5. Number 4, Beautiful Bones. I've never heard of that.
It's a newer one.
Number 3, Fushigi Yugi, which I think I have seen. Number 2 is Astro Boy. And number 1, Aldnoah Zero. JB goes, bullshit. Okay, maybe. The Nerd-in-Law. I like that game guy for Sam.
So since we're all gamer nerds as well, we're talking about anime.
Yeah.
There's also a current anime called No Game No Life, which is also about
You die in the game, you die in real life.
two like super like undefeated gamers that are playing against gods.
What are you laughing at?
So it's
That
pretty
was
good.
so intense. There's a movie out for that as well.
I'm so glad we've got 2 minutes left because you're still so high energy. I'm just ready to go home.
Am I draining your energy by being so high energy?
Now, yes, I
now
think you are.
There.
Now I'm like, God, I could use a nap.
Thank you, Wildwolf. I completely agree.
If you guys want to put in your top 5s, do it now, chatters. We'll get a few extra minutes. I'll get a few more honorable mentions out of here. One that I used to watch on Cartoon Network all the time when I was a kid, Inuyasha.
Oh yeah, that one's really cute.
I watched that, but it went on for so long I just couldn't keep up with it
Okay,
anymore.
so since you guys are into the older animes, there's an anime that just came out called Megalobox, and they take the art style back to Cowboy Bebop and all those things, and it is
Very
so
cool.
pretty, and it is boxing, but they have like mechanical arms.
Oh, that's
to
awesome.
box, and they have like these super like things they put on their back, but it is so pretty, and the soundtrack is like Samurai Champloo.
Oh, I like that.
It is
Samurai
wonderful.
Champloo is very good, too.
Yeah,
too.
it's really cool. You should watch it. I think like it's got 4 episodes out right now.
Samurai Champloo is one that, to me, the first episode was amazing, and the rest of the show was good.
And then random.
But it was sort of random. But the first episode was like grabbed me so hard,
Yeah.
and I just sort of wilted through the rest of it.
Yeah.
Afro Samurai is fucking awesome, and the dub is Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah, it's so funny.
So it's watch Afro Samurai is awesome.
The
too.
movie's good too, and that movie's got Lucy Liu in it, I think.
Oh, cool.
She's the girl in the purple.
You mentioned Death Note earlier. Honorable mention to Death Note. There's also a live action version on Netflix, which I'm sure if you've watched the anime, you're going to say it's shit. I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to watch the live action movie first, and then I'm going to watch the anime.
Well, you know,
Don't hate yourself.
I had my boyfriend do that.
Yeah.
And he didn't mind the real life, but he also could understand why people didn't like it.
Why people didn't like it. Yeah. And that's sort of why, because if I watch the anime first, I'm not going to enjoy the film, I think.
Yeah.
And I try to not do comparative analysis when I'm enjoying something as much as I can, but that's what I'm doing. Oh, Chimmy has one while we're going through our honorable mentions. Number 5, Panty Pony Dash. Number 4, Kimono Zume. Number 3,
Panty Pony-
Super Robot Wars OG Inspectors.
Isn't Panty Pony Dash kind of the same creators with Nabashin in it as well?
I think so.
And it's Excel Saga, so it's kind of like a similar to
Boondocks.
Excel
Okay,
Saga.
Dad.
Sorry.
Deno Coil for number 2. And Chimmy's number 1, Kill La Kill, which I've heard of.
Kill la Kill's good.
Yeah, if you like
It's
Kill
good.
La Kill, you'll like their new anime they got out called Darling in the Franxx. It's running 24 episodes, and it's the most talked about one right now.
And Snowbeard says Boondocks is great. That was one on Adult Swim for a while.
Yeah.
Right?
Now, Game Guy had it up there. I don't think you mentioned it when he was there.
Overlord is really good.
He had Shokugeki no Soma.
The third season comes out
so
next year.
Shokugeki no
Overlord's at the
Soma's
bottom.
Food Wars, if you know
said it was-
that. He also had Boku Hero no Academia,
Okay.
which is, and what was the other one he had? One Punch. We said that was mentioned as well. There's
Yeah.
one I'm missing that he said. I saw it.
Attack on Titan?
Yes.
Attack on Titan, yeah, very good. So, okay, we have Y-Wolf Senpai's top 5 here. Number 5, tie between Toradora and Kobayashi Dragon Maid.
Oh, that's it.
Number 4, Your Lie in April. Number 3, Made in the Abyss. Number 2, Hunter x Hunter. There you go, man.
You kind of
I
like some sad
feel like we should sit and
animes.
watch some anime together, Werewolf.
And
I think
number
we'd have a
1
good time.
is Full Metal Alchemist.
You watch a lot of sad ones. Except for Kobayashi's Dragon Maid.
Hey, Callie! What's up, Callie? Sailor Moon, everything else is irrelevant. Callie, so she got
Callie's got my
your
back.
number 5. That was Lauren's number 5, Callie. Good job.
Unless
wanna
she picks from like R, S, Crystal. No, I'm just playing.
A couple of other mentions. Have you guys ever seen Magical Shopping Arcade Binabashi?
Maybe.
It's sort of a wacky, like 2 kids are sort of go in and out of different. It kind of reminds me a little bit of. They sort of, I can't remember if they go going in and out of movies or video games, but I think it's movies. But they sort of they're in an arcade and they're going in. It's a lot of movie references. So like one episode they're sort of in Die Hard, and one episode they're like it's all different genres of film and stuff like that they go through. And that was a lot of fun. It's me, Luigi. Hello. I do watch a lot of sad anime. This is why Wolf.
You need to say it right. It's a me, Luigi.
It's me, Luigi. Okay, there you go.
I was like, I couldn't do it. I was like,
And the last one I wanted to mention, honorable mention, I actually own and haven't watched it in a long, long time, was Noir. And it was a noir style sort of detective about this woman who either is a cop or used to be a cop. And she is, I think, or maybe she's an assassin. I'm trying to remember. It's been a long time. But she has to go, I think, kill this girl. And then she finds out the girl needs help and sort of has a mission of her own. So she's like, okay, I'm going to help you do your thing, but when we're done, I'm going to kill you. And it's a very good show. It's very slow and deliberate, the kind that I like. But it's the ending is just really sort of shitty and vapid, but the whole series is really good. Because they sort of like build up a thing and just kind of went, never mind. Also, Outlaw Star. Our friend Jason would not let me get away with not
that's
mentioning
a great
Oh, yeah,
Outlaw
that
Star.
one's pretty.
I love Outlaw Star. And then,
Star's real pretty.
if you want really weird and dark, again.
Sort of like space plus mechs, sort of.
Yeah.
Well, I
it's a
guess
space
sort of.
western.
It's a space western.
Yeah,
Is really
with
what it is.
space
Space,
Cowboys.
space,
Yeah.
Space Dandy's pretty good if you want Space Cowboy.
About paintings.
But Boogie Pop Phantom, if you want really dark, really bizarre. Boogie Pop Phantom is like horror-esque. It's very dark, very...
We're good. It's me, Luigi. Yona of the Dawn is a really great one, says Caldane.
Oh, yeah, it's really cute.
Discord on Xbox One now. Can we stop using the shitty Xbox service? Perhaps. I'll have to check that out. We'll see how it works. Suriato.
What's an Xbox One?
What's an Xbox One? Shut up. Welcome, Sayori. Welcome. Also, tying in the sad anime theme, honorable mentions Nagino Asukara and Hi to Genso no Grimgar.
That one's really sad.
Both real sad and real good. Damn it, Sam, just freaking log in already. Right. right. Give us the extra view. Okay, the last thing that we do, a little slightly long tonight, before we call it a night, is you're so ready to go. You just want to go home.
I'm just looking at
Why,
you like...
Lauren? It's okay.
I just want to go play Frostpunk.
We're going to do...
Finals are over. I don't start biology in 2 weeks.
Once in a while.
Hey, Siriato, thank you for the follow. You get a little JB chicken dance for the follow. We also, guys, we have a new sub alert. So if you want to see our new sub alert, we saw it once at the beginning. Thank you, Rachel. You can subscribe and see our kick-ass alert.
I think Bree should do it.
Bree should do it. She's our newest member of the podcast. Welcome, Bree. She gets one, and Lauren, you can take a second one.
Oh,
I'm
really going for it.
Naruto's good. The manga is still better. Just so you know.
Bagok! Naruto is the best anime sister. And yeah, Naruto was on number 4 from Sam, our nerd-in-law. Honorable mention.
It's a Master Charles question.
Of course it is. What do we... Read us the Master Charles
Who
question.
is your favorite streamer and why is it Master Charles?
Okay, that's a good
Why
question.
is it Master Charles?
Why is Master Charles your favorite streamer, Lauren?
Who's Master Charles?
Master Charles actually made our that sub alert
Oh.
that we had earlier.
I was gonna... Oh, I got 2 by accident. I'm gonna say because of our sub alert, even though I hate it.
Even though it's too scary to be a sub alert.
It shouldn't be.
It should be. It's so good. It's so good.
We just grab them like Pennywise.
We don't all float, okay? We're not all in the... Oh, I get it.
I'm going to say Master Charles is my favorite because he adds questions to the fan can, and because his voice sounds like a 1920s radio announcer. But without, like, the cigarette smoke. Like, it's still smooth.
I think it's because Master Charles gives good back rubs.
Master Charles does give good back rubs. I bet you're right. Bree, you want to take a stab at why Master Charles is your favorite streamer?
He's cool, you know?
He is cool. That's
Making
true.
sub alerts, terrify people, you know, that's how we get them.
Game Guy says, Master Charles is a good-looking dude. That is true. That is true. And that just tells me they had no goal. Shouldn't have to watch 176,000 hours of a show ever. Oh, that's Jonathan's Naruto.
Well, just
Naruto
read
chat.
the manga then.
Yeah.
I was about
Read
to
it
say,
like a book.
Peter
Damn it,
actually-
MC, says Kelly. Yeah.
Peter started watching
And Whit
the
loves his voice.
second. It's like all of the kids. It's Naruto second.
Shippuden?
That.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, you do that. I'm playing.
Well, that was my thing about the reason that I loved anime in general was because they usually had self-contained stories, as in this is a 12, 13, 26, whatever episode series, and that's it. So you have a pretty cohesive story. American TV just goes until they cancel it,
Yeah.
and so usually blows, or it starts well and then gets to a point where it sucks. But with Inuyasha, you know, when I was a kid and watching it, it went on so long. I was like, oh my god, you guys have got to wrap this up. Find the fucking shards.
It's like Rondo one half when you get to the end and they don't even ever kiss.
Stop.
It has like 8 seasons.
Kagome!
Nothing.
Kagome! What's the second question, Lauren?
Sorry. Fuck, marry, kill.
Oh my
Pancakes,
goodness.
waffles, or peanut butter.
Okay.
I think we should
I'm not going first.
Mary
Why
Bob Kill,
not?
pancakes,
Fuck, marry,
waffles,
kill.
and
Pancakes.
peanut butter.
Pancakes, waffles, or
Pancakes.
peanut butter.
Did I spell it wrong? Shut up.
No, it's a joke.
Oh, okay. Some shows have planned endings in America. That's true. Most of them don't. We're getting better with like the cable and like Netflix series and stuff. So, like Netflix series are really good because they do them a season at a time. And so yeah.
I'm gonna kill the pancakes.
Okay.
Okay. We're gonna fuck the waffles.
Yeah.
Goodness.
Okay, and we're gonna get in there. We're gonna marry that peanut butter because it can be crunchy and or smooth. You know what I'm saying?
I do know what you're saying.
Get in there.
That sounds
Okay.
gross, Calvin.
You made me go first.
JB's is fuck waffles, marry peanut butter, kill pancakes. That's what you said.
That's right. Me and JB high five. There it is. All right.
Marry waffles, fuck peanut butter, kill Oh, everybody's killing pancakes today.
I'm not.
I'm going to kill peanut butter. That's tough. That's a tough one. But I love pancakes and waffles so much that like I'm gonna marry the pancakes and waffles is gonna be like my side.
Waitress.
My side.
Good lord. Okay.
Waffles on the side. Pancake. I'm gonna order that next time. Pancakes, waffles on the side.
That should be your
Okay,
name.
I'll
Waffles on the side.
fuck peanut butter, I'll marry waffles, and I'll kill pancakes.
Okay. Good. Same Steve-O says Callie. Yeah. Sam says fuck peanut butter, but only if it's extra crunchy.
That's right.
I feel you.
You gotta feel it.
You can say boff if you don't want to say the F word.
I'll kill waffles, and then I'll marry pancakes, And then
Killing
I'll
fucking
Why are you
have the
killing
peanut
waffles?
butter.
Why you can't?
Why kill waffles?
What about
What's wrong with waffles?
They're my nemesis.
What?
Is it,
I love pancakes,
Do you hate
guys.
Waffle Woman?
Have you ever seen Adventure Time and then made bacon pancakes with your dad? I did, and it was wonderful. Forever loved pancakes.
Mary Waffles and Cook. I like the crispy waffles, says Game Guy. Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you. Okay.
That was so
got it out
sensitive,
there.
Steven.
We've all got it out there. Wait, what's the thing?
She must be powdered toast, man, because against Waffle
I was about to
Woman
say,
right
I'm
now.
really surprised they chose peanut butter, not crepes, not French
Crepes.
toast.
Oh, yeah, well, he didn't go. Actually, French toast would have been a better one to add
toast
into that
would've
one.
been great.
You really screwed up that question, MC. You really screwed it up. Master Charles, if you're listening, you're watching. You messed up so bad. We just want you to feel bad. Except we all love you. And your voice is amazing.
I kind of want a snippet of just Master Charles, and this is the gutter nerd.
Yeah, he should have a recorded quiet on the goddamn set that we can be like, have him command us into.
And be like,
No, that's giving him too much power. I don't want it.
it's
Too much
Calvin.
power.
I don't want to do that.
And it's Steven.
Waffles are delicious. Peanut butter is healthy and part of my protein shake. So marry it. And pancakes are effing moody food where they get soggy and shit at the slightest overuse of syrup or too much time. JB, I don't disagree with you.
Relations pancakes? Oh,
Have
no.
relations, pancakes, marry waffles, kill peanut butter, says Snowbeard. Well done.
Yes,
I like the euphemisms, so that's really good. Well, it was good having you, Bree. It was fun while it lasted. Says one will say.
Way to be Hank Hill when you come in here.
But yes, Bree, I hope that you have as much fun on this podcast as we have having you here. You've been great over the last couple of months, so welcome.
Thank you. I'm ready.
We have next week, we're going to talk about Avengers Infinity War. You guys have another week to see it because we're going full spoiler. We're going balls to the wall. And we're going to get really nitpicky with this thing too. So
Going dick deep.
So in what sort of wrist deep for me is
So
similar to,
knuckle
like,
deep is what you
No, wrist deep. Let's see here.
It's an extra thumb.
See here. Yeah, the thumb's the fun part. So we're go see the film, come back, let us know what you thought of it, and we're gonna just go crazy with it.
Or don't. Be your own person.
Or
Don't tell me what to
you know
do,
what?
Steven.
That'd be funny. Like on the news, it'd be like, and that's it for the newscast at 7:30. Join us tonight at 11, and then the other anchor goes, or don't, be your own person. Like, that'd be hysterical. I love that. Oh my gosh. My name is Steven.
Calvin.
Lauren.
Bree.
And we will see you guys next week.